Oh, it even tells you, look at this. Look how freaking cool that is. It tells you choosing PPS for port 1. And there we go. We're using PPS. And it says super fast charging 2.0. And that says PPS. What's going on, YouTube? This is What Would Josh Do? And this might be the most exciting video to me of the year so far. We're pretty early into the year. It's only February, but still, nonetheless. But yeah, it came from a different country. Well, they definitely wanted it to be safe. This is Baseus' newest power bank. This is the Blade 2. Now, I currently have their older one. This was 100 watts at 20,000 mAh. This is 65 watts at 12,000 mAh. So, yeah, you can pause that and read it for yourself. And there's a whole bunch of other languages on here in case you don't speak English. And then here's all the stuff on the bottom of it. And there's the UPC. They have a Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. All right. So far, very nice packaging. Wow, that is really light. And we have a holder to carry it in where you don't get it all scratched up. And over the years, it'll remain nice. We have a little, presumably 60-watt USB-C cable. All right, so we have a pamphlet. It includes some more stickers. Starting to build quite the collection of stickers. A warranty card, a user booklet, and then here we have the power bank. Oh my gosh, that feels so premium. It just feels good in your hand. It's so thin. Oh my word. And then there's all the information on the bottom of it. I'll let you pause that and read that. There's going to definitely be some important information in here. So I see 20 volts at 3 amps for 60 watts. And again, on the other port, 20 volts at 3 amps for 60 watts. And 20 volts at 3.25 amps for 65 watts. And it can do up to 5 volts and 6 amps. Oh my word. I did not realize how thin this was until I realized there was no USB-A. I was reading the back of it. It's just USB-C. You love to see it. Yes, I did that on purpose. Anyways, that is so thin, y'all. I don't think I've ever plugged anything into the USB-A ports. I only ever use the USB-C. That is super nice. Oh my gosh, this thing is so thin. All right, you know we had to weigh it. Let's weigh the original guy here. Looking at 512 grams. Let's weigh this guy. And you're looking at 320. I cannot get over that, man. That is... I thought this one was pretty nice. I've dropped this one, literally. Had it in my hands. It hit the concrete. Right there you can see, maybe. It got a little nicked up there. This sucker hit the concrete hard and bounced. But this one looks so nice. I love it. It's so cool. Anyways, all right, let's start looking at it. So there's nothing on the sides or the bottom. Everything's up here on the top. So you press the little power button. Oh, that's so cool. Base on user. So we got a little timer there. Says 0 hours, 0 minutes, and then 82%. Pressing the button again does nothing. What if we double press it? Nothing. So if we hold, oh, we got something there. So if we double press the button, that shows up. Double press it again, goes away. Hold it, turns off. All right, so if you see that little icon that pops up, that is a low current mode. You'll want to use that if you're charging some earbuds, a game controller, something that just requires a little bit of power. It has Bluetooth? Oh man, I didn't even know that. All right, so we're going to connect a 140 watt adapter. We're going to use the cable that it came with, and we're going to plug it into the power bank here. And then we're going to turn on the power and see what all happens. So it boots up. All right, so that's a nice little bit of information there. We see here that we're drawing 65 watts from the wall. Okay, so actually it looks like that cable that it comes with is rated for 100 watts. Oh, that's nice having a little 5 amp cable. Those little 5 amp cables mean you can do 45 watt Samsung super fast charging. And then here we can see that it's using the C2 port and it's going at 9 volts and 2.7 amps. I'm sorry, 19 volts. It says it's going to take 7 minutes and with this much power. I hooked up 2 cables. Let's see if we can charge out of both of them. Okay, that's pretty cool. So if you have two 30-watt chargers and you want to charge this thing at full speed, you could use two 30-watt chargers to put 60 watts into this battery. Or you could just use one charger at 60 watts. It shows that this one is getting 19 volts at 1.2 amps, and the other one's getting 20 volts at 0.9 amps. And then with just one of them connected, it is climbing. And the battery percentage is pretty high, actually. So let's go ahead and see what all this thing can do. All right, so we're going to use a fancy little tester. And we're going to go ahead and run some tests. This cable's known to do 240 watts, I believe. It's a high wattage cable from Baseus. All right, so we can see that on PD3, we do support 5 amps PPS. So this means you should be able to charge that Samsung at 45 watts super fast charging 2.0. That is freaking awesome. All right, now if we connect the Pixel 8 Pro, we can see that it does indeed support PPS, which is awesome. That means we're going to be able to charge this Pixel 8 Pro at its full speed. And if you didn't have a fancy meter, you can see down here that it's going at 9.7 volts and 2.2 amps. And it'll last for 1 hour and 25 minutes at that current speed. I'm still pretty giddy that it includes this little short cable here, and it's a freaking 100 watt cable. All right, let's connect this to our Steam Deck. And as you can see, it'll fast charge the Steam Deck at 45 watts, no problem. It shows it'll last 43 minutes at this current wattage, and it's 15 volts at 2.8 amps. All right, so we've got the Steam Deck at 1%. It's currently charging it. All right, so this is a little janky. All right, my Steam Deck's at 3% battery. My Baseus power bank's at 83%. This bottom one shows that it's putting 43 watts into my Steam Deck. The little arrow is pointing this way. And this part is the Steam Deck. This part's the power bank. Well, this part right here is the power bank. This one is the wall outlet. So let's turn on the wall outlet and see what happens. Okay, so it restarts them. And correction, to the right, that's going to the power bank. To the left, that's going to a wall outlet. So we can see that the wall outlet has a little arrow going that way. It's putting 31 watts into the power bank, and the Steam Deck is receiving 19.9 watts. So this thing can charge my Steam Deck at 20 watts while being recharged at 31, almost 32 watts. And the best part is if you don't have all those little tools, it shows here that it's charging off that first port at 19 volts and 1.5 amps, and it's putting out 12 volts at 1.5 amps. Okay, so we unplugged the Steam Deck. We're going to let this battery fully charge to 100%, and then we're going to see how much of a charge this can put back into our Steam Deck. So the Steam Deck is currently at 5%. I powered it down. I shut it down all the way. I'm going to let this get to 100, and then we're going to see how much percentage we can gain back into our Steam Deck using this battery. You can see that the power bank is charging at 20 volts, 3.1 amps for 63 watts. All right, this is now at 0%. So it put 34 watt hours into the Steam Deck. Let's go ahead and reset it. All right, it brought our Steam Deck from 5% to 65%. And now let's plug up the power bank and see how long it takes to fully recharge this thing. Alright, so we are done charging. We are at 100%, and it put 49 watt hours into the power bank. I want to run this test again. The battery is currently at 32%. We're going to go ahead and shut this thing down, and we've already reset it, so we're going to see what it can bring it up to. Alright, so once again we have killed the battery on the power bank, and let's see how much of a charge our Steam Deck got. Alright, looks like 37 watt hours the second time around. And our battery is at 93%. Very nice. Currently in a power outage, and I have the app connected to here now. And I was able to change. The screensaver now has my username. I can wake it up by pressing the power button. It shows that it's charging. The cool thing is here, I can go and it tells me temperature, battery, and time. And here it says that port is doing 62.9, 63, 3.25, and then 19.4 volts. And there's a little Bluetooth icon now at the top right there. I've got this thing powering the light, heat, and that's not part of the picture, but that's pretty cool. And then you can press this button to turn on the low power. So if I press this, the little icon shows up there, letting you know that it's low power mode. And then I can press it to turn it off. Alright, so we're gonna plug in the Samsung. And we get the two icons, and it shows super fast charging 2.0. You love to see it. You love to see it. Okay, now the question is, that's using PPS. The Pixel 8 Pro also uses PPS. So can it do super fast charging 2.0 and charging rapidly? Okay, so it does look like it changes to just fast charging whenever you have another device connected. So you can't use PPS on two ports at the same time. So, like the Pixel is getting 25 watts, and this is only getting 7 that. So if we unplug the Pixel, so we might have to do an unplug and replug.
No.
We got the two icons, that's a good sign. Super fast charging 2.0. Plug in the Pixel. Switches from super fast charging to fast charging. So, unfortunately, this does have PPS, so it can do for 5 amp, 45 watt Samsung super fast charging, but you can't use another device that also tries to use that, because this uses PPS or PD, which is a fixed voltage. This requires PPS if you want to do super fast charging. This can charge fast whether you use PPS or fixed voltage. Oh, there's no Wi-Fi, so it's not even going to talk to it. Never mind. Alright, so on here we can see that the Blade 2, we can go to the stats, you can see what each port is doing. So it's 3 amps and then 1.6 amps. And the one charging the fastest at 28 watts is the Pixel 8 Pro. So that's using the first port, and the Samsung's using the second port. Oh, it even tells you, look at this. Look how freaking cool that is. It tells you it's using PPS for port 1, and it's using PD3. So if we unplug the Pixel and we let it just use PPS on port 2 there, look at that, it's switching. It said PD. And there we go, we're using PPS. And it says super fast charging 2.0. And that says PPS. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. This is What Would Josh Do? And I'm out.